To change or not to change a work of classic literature? That's been a question up for debate recently. An Auburn University professor announced he's edited Mark Twain's novel, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, taking out the derogative N-word. According to the American Library Association, Twain's book was one of the most challenged works of the last decade. NCTV 17's Michelle Corless has some local reaction to this literary discussion.
The saying goes, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. But the power of this word has caused so much pain that a new version of The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn will remove it and replace it with the word slave. Auburn English professor Alan Gribben says his version of the classic novel allows schools who currently avoid the book to use it. But representatives from both of Naperville's school districts say they intend to stick with Mark Twain's original version.
We understand why it's there. We understand that it is a reflection of that time period. We recognize it's there, but we don't verbalize it in class.
They get that we're using it as a tool to get to a different message, a larger message, a message of power and words.
The N-word is used 219 times in Huckleberry Finn and 4 times in Twain's The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Professor Gribben's version combines both novels, Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer, into one book. It'll also change the name of the villain in Tom Sawyer from Injun Joe to Indian Joe and replace the term half-breed with half-blood. But critics of the new version say to change the novels is to attempt to change history.
When you think about it in historical context, he wrote it as very subtly satirical to talk about the time. And whether the N-word's in there 219 times or not, it was an indication of what Huck was like, what he grew up with.
But Professor Gribben defends the changes. In the introduction to the new version, he writes, "We may applaud Twain's ability as a prominent American literary realist to record the speech of a particular region during a specific historical era, but abusive racial insults that bear distinct connotations of permanent inferiority nonetheless repulse modern-day readers." North Central College professor and race relations expert Stephen Maynard Caliendo says educators can use Twain's original language as a part of their teaching effort.
To replace it with just N or N-word or something, not to censor necessarily, but to send a signal that this is such a powerful thing. Lots of people have died as a result of this word, that we have to have the respect to ignore it.
Anderson's bookshop doesn't plan to ignore the N-word. In fact, they will not carry Alan Gribben's version of the two books. But if shoppers want a copy, Anderson's will order one for them. I'm Michelle Corless for Naperville News 17.
The new combined version of Twain's books will be released in February.